Jim has found another one-of-a-kind that I did. It's kind of amazing that this, let me back up. He's now living in the house that one of my nieces lived in before she passed on, and she had these paintings. So they just kind of came down to him. So, but I didn't know she had them, and seemed like I'd seen this one time, a glimpse of it for just a minute or two. But I didn't know she had the other one of the old house at all. I thought it was gone and didn't know where it was. But I'm tickled that he's ended up with these. Now this is, I'd say, after I graduated from college and started teaching. I'd say the year was 1955. So this is the first when my wife and I rented a home, a little small house, and it had just been built, and the yard had never been mowed. It just grown up, and it just wasn't very. It's a nice little house. It's like a 2-bedroom house, and there wasn't anything around in particular to do to paint of any significance. So I just painted what was out the window, and there's some washed out gullies and this and that and the other, and some pine trees and sky, and that was about it. So that's one of my first efforts in oil paints. Remember, I was just a student, and I didn't have a lot of outside of bills, and you didn't get started. I didn't have money to buy much. I remember squeezing tubes of paint down when they get kind of low. I'd take a pair of pliers and mash on these tubes of paint to make sure that I got every little drop out of them. But that's what I did there. Notice I did gob some paint on here. I don't know how I was able to do that. That really gets rid of you white in a hurry if you start gobbing it on there. And at that time I thought, boy, this paint is really expensive stuff. So I kind of watched every gob I put on there. But anyway, I guess I did a better job this than I did on the house. Of course, this is just a landscape, and there isn't anything to, I guess, hate or like there, other than it's just a field, and it gave me something to do. You have to paint something, and I'd much prefer to have been down on a creek and painting water or something like that, which I did later. I would go down the creek. I'll show you some paintings of a creek that I did in watercolor sometime. But anyway, I prefer to try portraits as compared to landscapes. I don't remember doing a lot of landscape painting. It'd have probably been better had there been a big brick house back here somewhere, or maybe some roads that wound around, or some fences and fence posts and wire, and something else that was interesting. But it's not bad. If a person likes it, that's all that matters in the end.